Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partners in crime, Michael Schaefer, Amanda Bryan, and James Hansen. Today we're here to talk about Survivor 46, all the way from the premiere to the Mergatory, about halfway through the season. Well, not halfway, but this is the monument part, so figure we'll start here. We've kind of had been dreading this season, so that's why we haven't really been talking about it. Uh, but we're here to talk about it now. Um, let's not bury the lead here. I am not a fan of this season. I am struggling to get this has been the one season since I started watching Survivor Live that has been like really hard for me to continue get excited for an episode, and that's saying something. So, what's your guys' opinion on the season?
Um, I mean, I don't really like it at all. I think besides, I really was not a fan of 41 at all. But I talked about this the other day with some people. I think you guys might have been there. I said I don't think any of the pre-merges for the new era seasons were that strong. So like I could still see this finishing in the tier with like I take that back. I think the pre-merge at 42 was strong. So I could see this finishing in the tier of like 43, 44, 45 for me still. Like I could definitely see that happening. So like I don't think all is lost for this season. It's just another one of those seasons. There's not anyone I'm really rooting for like super hard, which really is tough for me. And part of it is just being around the show for so long. It's just hard for me to like get excited for these episodes week to week. I'm more like just excited to like digest the gameplay and like figure out what people are doing right and what people are doing wrong more so than like actually get excited for like my own entertainment. But I think that is more just like me being around the show and too close to the show, especially like orgs might have something to do with that. So I think that has a lot to do with that for us. Um, More than the show just being complete shit. But there still is a lot of stuff they are doing wrong, of course. So, uh, yeah, Michael and Amanda, your guys' thoughts?
You want to go first, Amanda?
Yeah, I can. I don't like this season. I mean, I like Survivor, so even bad seasons of Survivor, I'm still gonna watch it. Unfortunately, there'll never be Survivor bad enough. Hopefully, that I will stop watching because I feel like they're still doing better than shows like Amazing Race and Big Brother. So even though the edit was probably the worst pre-merge, one of the worst pre-merges of the entirety of Survivor. And I'm not even just talking about New Era. I'm talking about complete Survivor, all 46 seasons, easily bottom 5 pre-merge of all time. So it really drags it down for me, and I think everybody else too. But the only thing that keeps it at least a little bit afloat for me is I do think that the cast is interesting. I don't think they're good. I don't think they're game. This is not a game bot season, but they are at least interesting enough for me to want to watch on my television. I just wish that they had good gameplay to go along with their characters because I do think we have a lot of standout personality characters that sometimes Survivor was lacking. I feel like Survivor 45 was lacking. I feel like we have some of these a little bit crazy daredevil taking survivors with at least a little bit of gameplay or, maybe a little bit quick with the mouth that, makes for good entertainment for television. But if you're looking for this season for gameplay, it's just not there. I don't think these people are cast for gameplay this season. I just think that their personalities and the way that they are in the game is what's making this season and what they're editing around. So I just got to figure out what type of story they're telling, and I haven't figured that out yet.
So, I don't know if I'm fully in agreement with James. Like, 'cause I definitely like look forward to Wednesday night every week to watch Survivor, but I am kind of on the same page of him. It's just a habit now of just watching Survivor and just breaking down every single thing that happens. Why this is be a smart move. This is really stupid. Why are you doing this? And we saw a good bit of that even in this last week's episode. But no, this season's been rough so far. Like besides season 42, none of the pre-merges in the new era have been good. And like even 42's wasn't that strong, but it was still tiers better than what we're seeing now.
Yeah, it wasn't even that good. it was all right.
It was just the only one where Tribe didn't get completely decimated.
Well, exactly. I was going to say that's because all the other seasons we've had one tribe, you know, Lulu and Tika, and what's the one this
Yanu.
season?
Yanu.
Bunch of
Yanu.
losers.
It just,
Losers
yeah, they're
on
fucking
all
losers. They just keep losing. So the edit has to revolve around them because they're the ones going to tribal council, which is unfortunate.
Speaking of losers, do we want to get the Banu talk out of the way?
Okay, listen. Least favorite character besides the absolute dirt bags like the Coltons. The
Okay,
Dans.
I'm gonna go out and say Banu, the Survivor player, is like everything that I don't want to see. I think he's a wonderful guy in person. He's not cut out to play the game, and they shove him down our throats because he's a nice guy, and like all we did, like he is nice of a guy as he is, like he's not going to enjoy seeing that. Like he got the clown edit, like he was being totally manipulated. Like, I mean, it just he was really bad, and I mean they showed so much of him in the 4 episodes he was there for. But
Right.
at least it was just that.
The best moment he had was when he yelled Jess really loud. That was the
Literally,
best
I was
moment.
just about to say that. I was literally just about to say the 1% I like him was that one time he yelled at Jess during that conversation. That's it. That's the only time I've ever liked him. He was just so,
was so
bad.
bad.
It was just,
I've never seen somebody literally get on their hands and knees and beg for them to vote. Just keep them.
I
up
mean,
there.
just think how pathetic is that when you have to watch it back?
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and the tribal
$1 million
council. Before we talk about it too much, I just want to bring up some of the highlights. Like the tribal council going around whispering, asking everyone who they voted for, every single one of them, when he was in no danger of going home. And then the whole summit thing, he did everything you could do wrong there, but
Not just the summit thing, not just him actually doing what he did on the summit, then telling his tribe he did it.
yeah.
What are you doing, man?
He has no idea how to play the game. He's literally asking them how to play the game. He's literally asking them what to say at tribal council.
The first episode I quite enjoyed. The Legend of Janinski was great. I really enjoyed that.
Zelensky is probably a top 5, maybe recency bias here, but I would say he's in the running for top 5 most entertaining, like first flame outs of all time. So like the first episode was pretty good, and then I think not the last one, but the week before with the gem boot, I think that episode was pretty good. But besides that, they were all kind of duds to me. But I do agree with you on the first.
I thought the premiere was good. I thought
Premiere
the
was
Survivor
good.
46
Premiere was
premiere
very good.
was good. They definitely hyped us up for trash. Literally, they hyped us up for trash for 2, 3, 4. And then by that point in time, when you get 3 bad episodes in a row of just nothing but
Check out.
Banu, 36, what was it? 36 confessionals worth of Banu, something like that.
Oh,
35,
it was
36
so bad.
confessionals worth of Banu. And I think what part of it was 41 and 42 were grouped together, and 43 and 44 were grouped together. So they saw the hype of Carolyn, and they saw how much America loved her and how much of an edit she got.
Not all
And
of
they were
America.
Like, you know what? We're going to do that again, but we're going to do it with Banu, who's a paid actor, by the way. He is an actor. That's his job. So
God.
I think they were hoping for
Big
another
time.
love of this person, like the Carolyn love, and it went disastrously wrong. Because not only did we hate him, but casual fans hated him too. And there's no love for Banu across the board whatsoever. And
Listen,
Wait
so
till he gets to see him money at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I
listen,
think I'm hoping to God that Survivor learns their lesson. We don't need a one character edit. It doesn't do anything for us, especially when they're 4th boot of the game. And now we're at Merge, and there's people like Liz and Tim who we have no fucking idea about because they're not being shown.
We know enough about Tim. Liz,
We know
we
about
don't
Tim
know
now,
what
but we
it's
didn't during pre-merge. He had two
So
episodes with 0 confessionals in a row.
if Banu wants to win my heart over, please do not go on reality. Okay, please do not go on reality competition again. I don't care what other shows you go on because I don't watch those
Stay the
shows.
fuck away from Survivor.
Survivor,
won't.
Big
He
Brother,
won't.
The
He
Challenge.
won't be back on there.
Please don't come on those shows.
I like
Well-
Frank's question earlier of like, who is Banu better than other than the scumbags of like Scoopin and like, I don't think anyone. I
I
really
think
he's
only
the worst
like
of all time.
only the like I said as a pure like game player and like how much they were shown for us like you said the 36 confessionals like most of the other pure game players either made it far and were purpled so they weren't like shown enough for us to just be that nauseated by them or they were like the first boot. So like I think like I agree with Frank. Besides the scumbags, he's probably the worst.
And it's like more than just like gameplay. Like, what about just entertainment value? There's a lot of really bad players on Go on Survivor who are entertaining as all hell, and you still want to see them back. Banu had that really bad combination of you're an awful player and we hate watching you on TV.
Yeah, like 4 episodes of Jelinski would have been
Way better.
Way better.
Drew Christie walks so Jelinski could have ran.
Oh,
Literally.
yes.
That's exactly what I saw Jelinski as in the one episode.
Dude, and think
okay.
about it. If he was still in the game after that next, like following to that next competition, he said he has a 7-foot wingspan. He would have been able to help on that arch competition so much better.
Are you guys ready for episode several?
Yes.
That's what the episode is titled Episode Several.
So funny.
episode, yeah.
You know what's
What?
funny is they did that before they realized that joke was going to hit. They named
Yeah,
those episodes before the.
That's good. So at least like I said, the premiere gave us something, but like there was between that and the Gem boot episode, there was a whole lot of Banu and a whole lot of Purple Tribe and a whole lot of duds. And like even let's talk about the rest of Purple Tribe while we're here. Get away from the Banu talk.
Yeah.
Like I know you guys I know Mammers is a little higher on Kenzie. Like I'm not the biggest Kenzie fan, and then like Q I go back and forth on, and then Tiffany I like, but she's not my favorite player on the season. So like I don't think that they have this compelling story like the Tika 3 necessarily. Like they're not as likable.
I also don't necessarily think they're as close or as good of players as the.
They're not. And I wasn't even the biggest Tika 3 person, but I think the Tika 3 people were way better players than
I have a feeling that Tiffany is going to be in a hard spot this season between Kinsey and Q, because I think that she knows that Kinsey has her back and probably considers her number one ally, and Q probably thinks the same thing. And Tiffany either needs to balance those two relationships during this merge, but that's also a threat because then they're the 3.
I also think she's the one who can keep her ego and social awareness in check the most to actually build relationships with the other people, where Q and Kenzie are going to let that get in the way of their games.
All right.
Like,
If Banu was not on this Purple Tribe, we would be talking about the trash player that Q is.
yeah, he's
a
not
terrible
good.
player.
He's sort of entertaining, but he's not a good player. Like he's made a lot of very fatal mistakes, and is like I think Kenzie and Q are lucky that like Kenzie looks like a master strategist because she played with trash players, and like Q looks like this likable beast who just got stuck on a tribe with bad players.
Yeah.
But he's also a bad player. He just isn't
I
as
just-
bad as the rest of them.
But is Q likable? That's my
No,
question.
No, I don't think
He's not.
I think it's turning out he's not that likable.
No,
I
I don't think he
he's
is.
made out to be a
I
prick.
think that they'll view
He's
him
just
as,
likable in the environment he was in.
I mean, but also too, like put him against Hunter, where Hunter doesn't have this swelling personality either. So, like, are these men going to make it? They're going to have to lean on each other, and are they going to work together?
Hunter is
If there's some
Hunter's more
role
likable.
happen,
than
I could
Q.
see it going like Q, Hunter, Ben.
I mean, we have that
And-
strong man alliance, whatever was it? It's
Q, Tim, Hunter, and then they each picked one. So it's Maria, who
And dumbass Tim never told his plus.
yeah, he was bad about that, and it was Maria, Tiffany, and then who was
Tevin.
Kevin was Hunter's
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just highlight some of the mistakes Q's made real quick since we're still on the purple tribe.
Yeah.
He looked at Banu and he's like, "You're a liability," which I agree. He was a liability, but you cannot say that to
He
the
also
man's
tried
face.
to coach Banu too.
But you
You told him
can't.
you could be
After
my
he called him a
Philip.
liability.
You can be my Philip.
Yeah, you can't say that to his face, and that's what happens. He goes to the journey and spills all your tea because you're a dick to him. It's terrible. And then he just the way he talks and approaches some of the people, he comes across intimidating and kind of stern and not somebody that is relatable. Like he's not relating to anybody out there. He's a giant.
He doesn't
dude.
have the social tact
No.
that survivors need.
No, so I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when he gets voted out, and it's just
It could be this week. If this split doesn't go right for him, I could see him going out the door on Wednesday.
And I don't
I
see
agree.
Hunter or Tim dying on the hill for him. No.
I don't even think Tiffany would die. Nobody would die in the
No,
hill.
No.
if the ship was sinking, Tiffany would jump off. She would.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
so like they're Tim and Hunter are like for that 6-person alliance if it benefits them, but they're not dying on any swords for Q by any means. Like it's an option
I
for
just
them.
don't think
That
this
was
is the
Q's
season
only.
for alliances.
Q
This is
doesn't
not
have
alliance
that.
season.
Q doesn't have that like flexibility that they have because he's coming from a tribe with just Tiffany and Kenzie. So like he had to do something like that to reach, but they're not going to need him as much as he's going to need them.
No, not even close.
So we'll see.
Hunter and Tim both have their people with them. Like Hunter's got the Nami people, and Tim's got the Segas. Like he trusts them way more than they fucking trust Q.
And I don't think Tim's in a great spot with his Sega people by any means. Because
He's not, but I feel like he'd be in a better spot with them than he would be.
Not
trying to
Mariah
push
going
something with-
home. Mariah going
So
home.
you guys- want to talk about the green now, the Sega.
Yeah.
Might as well.
yeah.
So we had Gem, their only tribal council they had, who found the Beware advantage into an idol and went home. I mean, I guess she was pretty certain the girls were going to be strong and she wouldn't have to play her idol, but like she did have to know her name was out there. She was playing pretty aggressively, but ultimately Maria and Charlie decided to save Ben and vote her out and leave Mariah in the dust, who ends up going home at the Mergatory round. So like I don't know what we see from these people. Do we think like I mean I think personally that Maria has been the most impressive social player, at least to me, in this game so far from what we've been shown. She might not get the most explosive edit, but
I think the round that Jem went home, I think, showed a lot about Maria and Charlie. Like, one, they had the best social game of the people in their tribe because they were the ones who everybody wanted to work with and thought they were going to vote with them. And then, like, it ended up coming down to Maria might have wanted to vote with the girls, Charlie might have wanted to vote with the guys, and it was more of who's going to, quote unquote, get their way. And I talked a little bit about this. I saw Keslin say that he thought Maria made the wrong move getting Jem out instead of Ben.
that's what Edward was saying that too.
I think the only thing Maria did wrong was waste that extra vote. That was so
So
stupid.
I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I like the
I
move.
I don't think it was a bad move getting Jem out. Because, like, Jem, you couldn't really trust. She was going to play hard. She was going to put a target on not only her back, she's going to put a target on your back also. And now you still have the guys with you, and Charlie still trusts you because you gave him his way.
And
Yeah.
what did we see?
And she considers
She pushed
Charlie
Charlie right
number
under the
one.
bus.
She has said.
No, and we saw. All right, so they bring in the strong person alliance or whatever, and they asked him who he wants, and he says Maria, and like they go to Maria in her confessional, and she says like, "That's weird that Tim considered me like his number one person." Like she said he might have been like her like number 3 or something like that. Like
Would he
the
have
fact that that was being
Ben?
shown to me shows me that like the relationships she's building are very strong out there comparatively to a lot of these other people. So
It showed that she wasn't even aware of how strong the relationships were going to be that she was making.
yeah,
Which is a good thing and it could be a bad thing depending on how we keep
Yeah.
going in this game. But
yeah,
So
I think she's playing a great game. I think Charlie's playing a good game. My issue is going to be when people start getting paired up and targeted. I think they're going to pin the three guys on Siga, Charlie, Ben, and Tim together, and they're going to either try to pull Maria in or something, and she's going to have to ditch him at some point.
See, I think that might be her Achilles heel is Charlie. I feel like either people are gonna realize that they're too close and not tell her about it and could put her in a bad spot, or she might risk it all to save him. It might cost her.
and they're really getting like this. They seem to like have kind of gone back to like the showing past things in Survivor and bringing up very past seasons ago, even though like they're kind of straying away from like casting from that era. They'll mention stuff a while ago. So like they did really mention the Malcolm and Denise thing to me, and like to me that shows their relationship, at least even if they don't have as much success as those two in the game, that it's going to remain strong throughout.
They can't hold
Like
Malcolm.
in a season like like Amanda said, I don't think there's going to be a ton of super big alliances that stick very long. Like at least that's the one thing we have going that like unlike Big Brother, like we know who's going home like as soon as someone wins HOH, like basically.
Right.
Like,
I am
like
glad
at least
it isn't.
That's just the nature of Survivor. Like these alliances are kind of dead. You have to, if you get one group for one night, cool. Now you got to start planning for the next night because nothing's going to be the same.
Yep, and we've seen even in these new era seasons that aren't that good, like we've seen people like not necessarily just stick with their pre-merge tribe. Like as soon as the merge hits, like people play their own game, like a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're coming with three tribe thing and no swap, you don't really have a lot of options, and like especially if you don't really love the people you originally started.
That's another issue that Survivor needs to take care of.
Yeah, where's the swap? We just had a swap. Why didn't we do another one? Like it felt like the pre-merge was like it felt like it was lasted forever, but it felt like it was over super fast too, which makes no sense. Like,
I mean, to be fair, it was only five votes.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
just not long enough.
Like Survivor, come on, give us a swap. We want swaps, please.
You had your swap at 45. That's good for another 5 seasons.
Ugh, I hate that.
God, like I don't think we necessarily have to do it every single season, but
which I get. If that's what they're doing, where they're not going to swap every season, it'll be like one a here and there. Fine, change how the game is played. Stop doing 3 tribes and no swap.
Yeah.
It's awful. No one wants to see that.
Right.
You're gonna break Survivor that way.
Stop doing the mergatories. No one cares. And now next week's gonna do the same thing as 45 did. Someone's gonna on the split. Whoever goes, that group that goes first, the person who gets voted out is not gonna be on the jury.
Why are we splitting them? They were just in tribes. Like we don't need to split them again. They don't.
wait till if you're gonna do it, wait till 10 at least. Do it at 12. It's so
They
stupid.
always did it at 10 until last season. They did it at 12 right after mergatory was over. What's the point? Just
What's
keep
the
them in
point?
tribes for 2 more rounds and then merge them. Don't do this stupid mergatory crap.
Yep.
Quit letting these people quit suppressing their individual vote because that's what they're doing. They're suppressing that individual vote. They did it with fire. They did it with jury. How they have to fucking vote and talk as a jury now. You're taking away their individuality as a player once they hit merge. That's the whole point of merge is you play in your own game because only one person can win Survivor. They just contradict themselves so much and it makes for a worse game. It's annoying. Why are you fucking with the merge vote? It's the first time they can vote on their own against another tribe. Like, why are we messing with it? Why can't we see where the lines are going to lay?
And we don't need to keep splitting them up. We don't need that to keep happening. It was fine the first time or two, whatever. But it's like
They've done it every season.
every season. It's just we don't need it, especially like you said. We just merged, so you literally merge them. Well, merge them, then split them back into 2 tribes. Like to swap them for 2 rounds, then merge.
And why do we have to? Is it a double eviction, right?
Yeah.
Double vote. Yep.
Why do we have a double when we had a med back? We don't need it.
Did we have a med back?
Yes.
Brandon
Like,
quit. Brandon
does that-
quit, and they canceled tribal instead, so it's on the same
That's
path.
right. That's right.
So it wasn't a quit; it was a medevac.
It was a medevac.
That's what I said,
But
medevac.
why would there? No, but why would there? Like, does that not change their planning?
It
Like,
depends on when it happens, because it happened after the immunity challenge. They just canceled tribal, so their schedule stayed.
The schedule stayed.
If it was like 44 when Bruce got medevaced on night 1, that changed the schedule, and it did
Okay,
change.
okay, no. Now I remember. Now I see how that makes sense. Yes,
Because
okay.
instead of the split where 2 people were going home, the tribe that won the split, they were all safe, and then the other 5 just went to tribal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this split at the 12, to me, the biggest issue is just like you don't have a real with no swap and then mergatory and then this. You don't really have a vote with everyone together until the finals home. And then with Fourth Fire, the only votes are between 10 and 5. Like that's not a whole lot of time to shine with gameplay. So it leads to more boring games, and that's why
when they do the game like this, you guys realize you're only voting with or against about 6 people the entire game, because you're only voting with your tribe, and then you get to merge where you kind of merge. You know, only certain people are safe, so you can only vote for a certain amount of people, and then they split them, which is again your group with another 6, 7 people, and then by that point in time you're at final 9, and some person's immune, and you're not going to vote yourself. So you're literally the entire game of Survivor only able to vote for like 6 or 7 people through the whole thing. That's so stupid.
What they should, this is really what they should do.
Taking away merge.
If you want to start with 3 tribes, fine. If Jeff clearly has some fetish over it, fine. At 14, swap into 2 tribes for 3 rounds, merge at 11, and that's it.
Yeah.
Start jury, start everything at 11.
Yep.
Or get 2 more people and do 4 tribes again. You've done it before. Why can't we do 4 tribes again? Or just not 3?
I feel like 4 tribes would only ignite the problem that we had with the new era with a lot of women going early on because it's tribe strength.
But to be fair, if they do 4, if they can't have a cast of 20 do 4 tribes, they're swapping at 18, like they did in Cook Islands.
Yeah.
I mean, are we sure with this? Are we sure with Jeff and everything going on? Are we sure?
Could you imagine if they did 4 tribes and just waited till one of the tribes was decimated before merging?
I mean, it's not like they've never done it before.
I could see them doing that before. Sadly, like everyone would way rather see them go back to 2 tribes, even if they stick with 18, like 2 tribes of 9. But I could see them like going to 4 before they would go to 2, which is crazy. But like,
because if you have a tribe of 9,
like
the possibilities of different people going home are so much greater than a tribe of 6. Like if you're in a tribe of 6 early on in the game of Survivor, you're gonna vote based on challenge strength. Because you need to win, especially in the new era where they take your fucking flint away if you don't win a challenge.
Right. Like Amanda pointed out earlier, Jelinski was a mess, but he clearly would have been a huge benefit for the next challenge that they was there. And people are going to see that and be like, we can't get rid of Jelinski now because we need him for the challenges.
If Yanu knew what was about to happen, they would have voted out Jess first and kept Jelinski just to win challenges.
Yeah. Correct. And if say for example, Tiffany comes back, all of a sudden they have a returning season. She's gonna remember that after then 3 tribes to 6. She's like, I gotta keep tribe strength because I can't do another Jelinski round. So it's just like
they're gonna have like her and Caleb and Carson, all just these people who all lost so much on a tribe together, and they're gonna be like challenge strength.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. I feel like I think the real issue, a lot of the issue is the 3 tribes of 6. We're tired of it.
There's one issue in Survivor. It's Jeff Probst. He's the one who makes all these decisions. He's the one who basically tries to handpick the cast.
Better off
Now,
without
if you want to be
him.
on Survivor, you need some traumatic life backstory now to be on Survivor. That's now a prerequisite.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the thing that he read?
It's like it's very, very easy to blame Jeff, but there are other people involved as well. But
Yes.
but-
It's all of
but-
them.
From
It's all
what
for
I've
them.
read, Jeff has final say on what
the
happens.
grass also, though, guys, is not greener on the other side all the time. We at least are familiar with Jeff, and like Survivor itself has not really changed that much in the sense of the gameplay itself and how the format of Survivor works. Very basis form of Survivor. If we get another producer in here that wants to make things their way, which is no longer the Survivor way, we're going to lose Survivor completely, and then that's when it's really going to go downhill. That's what I'm afraid of.
I feel like Survivor was at its best when Jeff had input, but not final say.
Jeff, the host, can stay. Jeff, the
Jeff, the
decision
host,
maker,
can
needs
stay.
to leave.
Yes,
Just the producer is.
I feel like he should have a vote in the room, but
He
not
should not
the
be
vote
the
in the
vote
room.
in the room.
Yeah.
That's
Right
the
now,
way
he
I
is
feel
the
about it.
vote in the room.
That's the way I feel about it. And
Whatever Jeff says goes.
right, and yeah, I don't know. It's
Like
just,
that's just upsetting because Jeff's this is basically Jeff's toy now
uh-huh.
with the new era. You
Mhm.
kind of started seeing it at the end of like 38 and 39 and 40, but like once this new era started, that was basically Jeff's way of saying, "All right, we're gonna do this my way now." And
I mean, we saw this as early as Co Wrong. You know,
No, Go Wrong was a great season.
it was a great season, but we saw all kinds of advantages and crazy shit that season that Jeff put into the game. Like we have like 30s and 40s have
30,
really in
34 and 35.
was the first time I remember a shit ton of advantages.
Yeah.
I see.
Triple H was crazy with advantages.
Awful.
Yeah.
And then production rigged that season to get Ben to win.
And then so this is what I feel like the not theming these seasons are getting old as well. It's making it harder to differentiate the seasons. Let's please go back to like doing something besides. It's 47 now. Just something to go along with it.
Like even with those gimmicky themes they did, like David versus Goliath, Millennials versus Gen X, like whatever theme you want to do doesn't really matter. Just get a good cast.
It gave us some personality.
Because if you get a good cast, you can do whatever fucking theme you want. If the cast delivers, the gameplay is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is they don't want to cast. They don't want to have a good cast.
They want to check their boxes, and that's the problem. Is they recast the same type of people over and over and over again.
In the new era. In a totality.
How many Mary Anns have we seen cast? And I'm not trying to be like that, but like for real. How many shorter, bigger, African-American, longer African-American hair women have we seen on there since 42? At least one every single season. Every single season. How many Charlies have we fucking seen? Which mimics Spencer. How many Spencers have we fucking seen this new era? Every single season. Drew, Charlie. Like, it just, they have to stop with these boxes.
They're going for the same, like, person. They're just trying to hit the same person again. And they're failing.
It's the same shit that Big Brother did in its teens, which made for horrible Big Brother later. And that's my fear for Survivor is like their checkbox casting has got to stop. Like we need real people again.
I think they should just go in there and be like, okay, let's cast 18 awesome people, and then we'll go from there. Let's cast 9 great women and 9 great men, and that's the only criteria. I know we have the mandate now, but
that's not keeping these from good cast.
No, that's not. No,
check your boxes is what's
but like
cast.
I'm saying that it should.
No, because 42 had that, and 42 was a great cast.
Look, Islands was great casting.
So, but no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like besides that mandate, they shouldn't be searching for certain types of people. They should just be like, let's get the 9 best men, 9 best women on this cast.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter of age, doesn't matter of height, doesn't matter of this. Let's get to know these people and see who's going to be here to play.
I just think that it's just not relatable anymore. These people that are watching, these casuals even that are watching, they can't relate to these people who have made up jobs or are influencers or, you know, only know Survivor because they watched it during COVID. Like it just doesn't hit the same.
Like I don't care. Like if you want 18 super fans out there or 18 people who have never seen a second of Survivor, I want to see people who are going to go out there and want to play to win.
I want to see a combo of entertainment and play to win. Yes.
We have
I
seen
just
people
want
who
to
don't.
see them play. I don't care about them.
But
We
like,
didn't get
there's plenty of recruits who they got to play Survivor who had no idea what the show was. They would be like, okay, here, we'll give you this season. Like some people, they give them like Micronesia, Cook Islands, Second Chance, Cagayan,
Russell.
to watch
Never seen it.
Survivor, and then go out and play it. And
Yeah.
they won't have this like, oh my god, we're actually out here. They'll be out there and be like, all right, let's get to fucking work.
Yeah.
We're playing for $1 million here.
Yep. And it just and the copy and paste nature of the way Survivor has been this new era. That's the frustrating thing to me. The copy and paste, the copy and paste, copy and paste. I'm just, yeah.
There needs to be the voices need to be loud enough where they'll actually do something about it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I don't think Jeff cares enough.
Yeah. So
I take that back. I take that back. I know he basically wanted the edge of extinction on every season of Survivor because he loved it. The backlash was so bad after Edge of Extinction and how much the fans hated it. And the only bad thing about it was that they were about to start filming Winners at War and they already decided it was going to be on there. Where if the fan backlash wasn't as loud about that, there probably would be Edge of Extinction on all these seasons of Survivor. If it gets loud enough, they will step in and do something because they know they're losing fans already. They don't want to keep losing them. So that's really just the one thing. Like it's like in sports. Fans have a voice. If you bitch and moan loud enough, people will hear you and they'll do something about it. And that's really what Survivor needs to do.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is my frustration with the whole mergatory thing. With everything, it's just like, look, I know it's a random draw, but those tribes are not balanced at all. It's shitty. It pretty much screwed some of those players that like Mariah would never. I don't think Mariah would have went home if it was a regular round. I don't think so.
And here's my thing. I don't care that the tribes are random. Don't make it be mergatory. Have them just be tribes, and the tribe that loses goes by themselves. And the people who are safe have no input on what happens. I would have loved to have seen that group of 6 go to tribal themselves without everybody else and see what happened because it would have been 3-3.
They go back to separate beaches. Go to separate beaches after that.
Like what they're going to do on Wednesday.
Yep.
Like if you win this challenge, cool, you're safe. You make the merge. You don't go to tribal.
I think Mariah was playing bad because she wanted to align with
Mariah was a terrible player.
Mariah wanted to align with people that were on the bottom, and I think her voting for Ben, the tribal previous really hurt her. But also, like, you're going into merge, and like your tribe is being looked at to being like someone to vote for. They have to give a reason, and when you are Happy Dory and never been to tribal council, like. That's the only reason you have on the table.
No.
Like Mariah should have busted her ass knowing that she was on the bottom of her tribe to make relationships either with her own tribe still or with other people, and she did not do that.
What she did instead was start lying to people in other tribes saying, oh, we're all together. It was unanimous vote. Covering for her tribe. What are you doing? Play the field.
I get what you're saying.
What happened?
I get.
We just had the vote. I got left out of it. I'm sort of on the bottom here. So if you want to make a move, like I'm totally down to do that. Don't lie to them and say, "Oh, we're all loyal, we're all together," when you know damn well they'd sell your ass out.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like things would have played out differently, where one of those 4 people who did blindside her would have went instead of her, if it wasn't the stupid mergatory. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. See, I think the split for Murgatory was perfect because you had all the good players and power players that were on one side and kind of all the wink dinklings on the other, except for maybe Charlie. And so, like, and Tiffany saw that as well and was able to choose whichever, she obviously picked that one tribe for a reason. I think it was a blessing that tribe went to tribal council, or like that group went to tribal council, because it was kind of like, I'm fine with any of these people going over the other side. Like, I don't want to see, Hunter or Q or Ben. I don't want to see these people go yet. So, like, I'm fine with the group that did go to tribal council, kind of going, because, like, I was fine with losing Soda. I was fine with losing Mariah. I was fine with losing Liz. Like, any of those people, I was like, this is fine. So, like, I don't know. I was happy with the way that the split was, just because I figured if you're looking for good gameplay, that's what you want to see, is kind of those people kind of being in trouble.
Now here's a question that I have, though, and sorry, Frank, but what do you think of what Venus did? Because when she basically got it told to her that it's you or Mariah, like, that's right, and then she tries to flip it on Charlie. Do you think that was smart, or do you think she just should have just shut her mouth and go for Mariah?
I think it's smart that she wanted Charlie out. I think she executed it absolutely horribly. I think her mind is right. I think that she's got good game perception, but she just does not know how to execute it at all. That's her problem.
I think what she should have did was kept it to herself. Maybe if there's someone she actually trusted, which she did, I don't think she really had one, to be like, I think this is going to be a missed opportunity here if we don't try to take a shot at Charlie. But she also knew her name was out there. To me, I think she should have just kept it to herself and just tried to survive another day, because look what you're at. It's not a typical merge vote where there's 11 people who you could vote for. There's 6 of you, or 5 of you, not including yourself. If your name's already out there, don't make waves.
Right.
She is
her game awareness was good enough to know that was a smart thing to do. But as you said, her execution was just bad.
Her gameplay is unlike. I don't think I've seen anything like this in the new era yet. Like, she is literally guns a-blazing, does not give a fuck who wants to vote where. She just knows what she wants to do, and she tries to make it happen. And, like, she's not doing it the smart way. She's literally doing it just, like, the most abrasive, push-forward way possible. I almost want to say, like, Abby Maria, but even Abby Maria is, like...
It's a decent comparison, though.
It was more emotional.
Yeah, that's a decent comparison. She's more like cunning and like ruthless, like, and less emotion involved and more cutthroat. I think, like Michael said, Abby Maria, a lot of her villainous like acts were based off of emotion. Yeah. But I do see some of the similarity. I don't think it's a terrible comparison.
Now, granted, there's plenty of game left. We could see Venus start acting like that, but I think at this point, I see her similar to Abby, but not to that level. If you get what I mean, I think she's a better player than Abby. But
she's not necessarily my cup of tea, but like I think she's interesting. Like I'm not rooting for her, but
if things break a certain way, I could see myself rooting for her.
Like, I don't know why, but it would give me such joy if she's the one who took down Q for some reason.
Oh, man.
That'd give me
it would be funny.
I said this after the episode. I said Q talked all that shit, say, oh, she thinks she can do that. I'm gonna go get her voted out, and then she gets one vote from Charlie.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna talk all that shit, make something happen. Don't sit there like a bitch.
Which Charlie made the correct move, might I add, because he knew Mariah was playing the shot in the dark,
and he knew Venus threw his name out.
Correct. So he put a vote out there, so that way, if at worst case scenario, it was in tie, which was the big mistake a lot of them made last season with Caleb.
Not a lot. That was the mistake Jay made, because she knew her name was out there. She knew she was in trouble and did not throw her vote from Caleb.
I feel like Jay and Emily made a mistake that round, because
I said the same thing about Emily.
So
they both knew we might be in a little bit of trouble here. I don't know. Yeah. First of all, I don't know why Emily voted for Caleb anyway. I guess maybe to make herself look better, but
yeah.
If you know you're going to be in trouble if this shot in the dark hits, throw the vote.
Throw the vote. Throw it out to the backup name, and then if people say, "What? Why'd you do that?" Oh, just in case the Shine and Dark hit, we had the backup name anyways. Like no one would have looked at you any other way. So very smart move by Charlie.
I'm really curious too, because like going back to Venus a little bit, like you have Venus who's a little bit like headstrong and a little bit chaotic and quick at the mouth, but you also have Kenzie as well, who is just the same but not as abrasive. And it's like it's going to be interesting to see the two of those tango with each other and with other people as well, because it's like usually with Survivor you have one of these type of characters, but in this situation we have two, so it kind of
they're both
makes the target split a little bit between the two of them. Like if Venus and Kenzie were smart, they would work together and not target each other, or at least target each other but secretly be working together, because they're too much alike, and they need to share that target versus get rid of one of them and then have that persona solely on them.
The problem is I don't think Kenzie quite understands the target on her back.
I mean, I don't know. I think that she kind of does. I mean, she's used to losing. She's used to
losing and having a target on your back are two different things.
Yes.
I think that Q and Tiff and her have an up because they've been to tribal council multiple times and they know what to say. Whereas these other people we've had one vote so far, and now we're splitting them up again because Survivor's just so great. And we just need more votes to see where these people are, like, especially these tribes that have never lost, are where they lie, because just one vote isn't cutting it.
Guess we'll find out, won't we? All right, so James mentioned this earlier that Maria was his favorite. My apologies. Who's your guys' like favorite? Like not as not as like your favorite person to watch. Who do you think is your favorite to win the game?
And it's funny, I was just gonna bring this person up because I feel like we've been recording for so long, we haven't brought it up. Tevin. I think Tevin's playing a very good game right now. I feel like his social
Tevin.
I think his social game is gonna be good enough with people where even like he didn't go to tribal council until this mandatory vote.
Yeah.
So like he hasn't really had a shot to like test his relationships, but like he's got his people on Nami. He's got this +1 alliance he has with Q and Tim as a fallback option, and just like keep my name out of your mouth from the other like two tribes. I think the way he's setting himself up will be really good. Do I think he's going to win the game at the end of the day? No, I think someone's going to figure it out. But I think as of this point right now, I think he's playing the best game.
Let's see. I think personally Tiffany is going to win. I'm not going to say that she's my favorite of the whole cast.
I had her number 2.
Yeah, Tiffany is playing really, really well. Plus, I think that she's playing her advantages at least decently well. I think that she has the best ability out of those 3 to make deeper connections with other people. But I wouldn't put it past Kenzie to get in deep with some of these other people as well, because like Q and Tiffany are used to Kenzie in the way that she is. But if you remember, like earlier in the season, they talked about how like she literally can talk to you and make you feel like she's with you and like, really persuade you to say things. And I think that these people just now meeting her at Merge, like they're gonna get under that entrapment. So I don't know. I'm really high on Tiffany. I think that Kenzie's gonna make it far, even if she's unlikable. I think that she's still gonna make it far, just because she's that charismatic. And I mean, like a favorite overall of the season, I don't know. Probably Kenzie or I don't know. Everyone's kind of the same.
Tim.
I mean, I don't mind Tim. I wish Tim
I was just kidding,
was a bit smarter. Let me look at this cast again, just so I can see everybody at the same time. Look at our.
That sums up right there. We're at the Merge.
I mean, you guys don't like Liz and Soda?
Because I really like Venus, but she's not gonna win. Like if she wins, if Venus wins, that would be absolutely crazy. But
she's not gonna win.
Listen, if Venus
all against each other,
if Venus won, we might get a fantastic season because that'd be something remarkable to see.
I would say Tiffany's my number one to win. I'll leave it.
I think if Tiffany or Tevin don't win, that someone from the Green tribe is winning, like a Ben, Charlie, or Maria. Like that, I think those are like the only people I will really give a strong chance.
I'm
Usually the
just worried
dominant
about Maria's edit. Her edit is so
Can we-
small.
Can we do an annual Mike Gabler award? 0% chance of winning the game.
Liz.
Who do we want to? We can give it. We can give up more than one out.
Actually,
Too.
no.
Like,
Actually, it's, I don't think it's it.
I'll give a. It's not limited to one. I'll give a few of them out. Like,
Oh,
so who are you? Who do you say, Michael?
Q.
You? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Q has no chance to win.
Frank,
Soda,
you got one.
Soda has no chance to win.
I agree with you. I think
I said Liz.
Liz and no those three, and then I'll throw Venus and
Tim.
Tim in there as well. I'll say those 5 people have no chance of winning the game.
So this is my thing. If Venus somehow gets to the end, she has win equity. The other 3 do not. Because
So
for her to survive to get to that point would be crazy.
Yeah.
That's
So
what the
I
problem
think
is. I don't think she's honestly. I don't see her getting past this week if she doesn't win immunity.
That's
so.
fair.
I think she can play a good enough game to win. I just don't see her getting in the position with how her personality is to necessarily do that. But besides when Gabler won, like I really think like most of the seasons at this point at the merge, you can throw half the cast out there in this new era and say that they all have 0% chance of winning and be right, like very right most of the time. Like you rarely do get an Eric. Like I know we have got the Erica and Gabler thing, but Erica at least you couldn't, from a game perspective, saw how good of a spot she was in most of the time. Even from this point, I think I did at least from a game C. You didn't see like the Dodo edit like you saw with Gabler. But usually there's like half the people you can throw out any chance of winning. So that's my other issue, kind of too.
I mean, it could be like 44 when like I think Frank called right from merge in 44 that you knew Jam Jam was going to win.
Yeah, they need to find a healthy balance where it's like
not
exactly, not Jam Jam level, but not Gabler level.
I think their edit with D last season I think was better.
Yeah,
like
it was good. It was good.
Win, but you also like Austin could have won. Like even getting towards the end, like people thought Emily had a good winner's edit. Like as the game
Drew could have won. Like realistically,
I thought D was playing too good to win, so I didn't think she was going to win, and I thought we were going to get a bad winner. So like I did leave the season kind of satisfied with her win and how her edit ultimately like played out. So like I did like that. Like so we do need a good balance, but like you said, we did get that.
She's probably gotten the most balanced winners at it out of the new era. Her and I guess Marianne. Marianne's not as balanced as D's was, but like Gabler and Erica, you had no fucking clue.
Marianne praised the edit though. Obviously, like you're going to say good things about it if you won, but like she said, it was so accurate that like her game in the first half really was not that great, and like it was much better at the end. So like there was a lot more to highlight.
Yeah, they didn't have to try and polish dog shit. They showed it was what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Jam Jam, they made it so blatantly obvious he was going to win.
It was either him or Carson.
Yep. You even called it too. Carson was going to lose fire.
Yep, Carson's losing fire.
Oh yeah, they put so many fire into Windows in there with Carson. It was nuts.
Yeah,
I feel like Jesse and Carson were like the fire losing thing was like very foreshadowed with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Charlie's gonna lose fire.
I could easily see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see Ted losing fire too.
I see it being like one of them.
I could honestly see Tevin beating Charlie in fire.
I could see Maria winning a fire making challenge.
Oh yeah, pulling a Heather.
Hey, don't mention our 46 queen and Heather in the same breath. Come on. Heather was
awful.
I really look. I love Survivor. It's one of my favorite things. I don't want to hate Survivor. Like I want to love Survivor.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it's like I said. We need a returning season. We need a returning season.
Yeah,
This is in the same rut as it was from Nicaragua till One World. Like that stretch of like the worst gameplay that you ever seen from Survivor. It's in that sort of rut right now.
Yeah.
Like they need some season with a great cast and a couple of good, like maybe if you want to throw a couple returns on there to get people to watch, do it. You need to do something to get people interested again.
Yeah, I just like do something, please, Jeff. Jeff, look at me. Just look at me in the eye, please.
Spotlight yourself.
I'm here not for $1 million. I'm here for your individual heart. Just have a heart, please.
I'm dead.
Please.
We're not
That's
bringing
all
up
I'm
Bono again.
Please.
Be kind.
I'm not here for $1 million. I'm here for your heart, Jeff. Just give it to me.
Jeff, we don't like your ideas.
Someone,
really
I
bad.
hope someone out there is watching who will send this to Jeff Probst and hope he watches it.
Maybe Jeff Probst is going through his like midlife crisis.
He's
This is it, guys.
This is
why.
Survivor's midlife crisis.
Maybe he's shooting blanks now and it depresses them.
Did you guys
Out of Survivor.
see the thing? Someone sent it in our fantasy chat or whatever, but it was like, someone was was tweeting about they were in the casting process for Survivor or something, and like when
I sent that.
Yeah, when they mentioned something like happened with their brother, like their brother left the picture, they like Jeff perked up, and then he's like, "Nah, my brother just moved out." Like that's all it was. Like,
And then he got disappointed, and that person didn't get casted. I said it earlier. If you want to be on Survivor, a prerequisite is you need to have a tragic life backstory now.
Jeff Probst. I've been trying to have babies for 10 years.
yeah.
I need this $1 million.
No, man. You need to say you're going to win 1 million hearts, not $1 million.
Also, Jeff, I can't swim. Even better entertainment.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a drinking problem, but I needed way more people in my family to die and have had way less money growing up to be on the show. So,
Jeff Probst, my mom is a drug addict. I got it perfect.
So Amanda has a chance. The rest of us are
I got a chance.
God, I'm sure your mom would love that to be on TV.
She wouldn't even watch. Dead ass.
Amanda will show up to the casting call, but they'll ask, young lady, we need to see your mother because you're definitely under 18.
They would literally, my fear is they would ask to interview her. Oh no, that would just.
Well, luckily there's no live reunions
We
anymore.
would
so
end up on
there.
Dr. Phil. That would be the next show we'd be on.
Remember during the live reunions, like during the finale, like, if somebody got voted out, they'd be like, okay, well, we have this person's parent here, this person's wife, to interview them in the crowd. Amanda, that would be you and your mom.
no, Amanda would give the tickets to her or
Give them to
friend.
us.
No, I got it. I'll get on Survivor, with the story with my mom, and then we'll go on the Amazing Race together.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, you'd kill her.
Oh my god! You smoke too much, Amanda. You'd be like,
So hard right now.
You guys would do so well. You and your mom would do
Audience
so
is gonna
well.
be like, this woman hates her mother.
Do you think you guys would be the first ones out?
For sure.
Maybe
My mom is not on time for anything. There's no way. Okay. I love it so hard thinking about it.
oh my god! You're gonna kill me, man. I'm just trying to survive from the sickness. I'm over here coughing like a.
It's great. No, if I were to do Amazing Race, I'd do it with my dad. He's been to like 13 countries or something, 17 countries, something like that.
I would need to play with someone I wouldn't get to a giant argument with and want to give up.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'd want to do it, man. The Amazing Races, that's just.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Awesome.
Quick segue here. If you had to pick one person in the org community to do the Amazing Race with,
In the org community? Oh man.
Hmm.
One person in the org community.
I know who I'd pick.
I think I know who I'd pick.
I know who I'd pick. It took me about 2 seconds.
My boyfriend doesn't count, correct?
No.
You wouldn't want to play with him anyway.
I travel with Breland.
I would pick Cole.
I would pick Kate Bennett.
Cole's.
I'm
good
gonna take Tony Ford because I know he's the biggest tryhard, and he would.
Oh,
go.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Jay.
Shout out
He would
Tony.
drag me. Tony would keep me motivated. I'm picking Tony.
Yeah,
Ford.
Tony's a good one. Cole's good at these
Cole's
random.
a really good one too.
Yeah, he's really good at random shit. So like, I think Cole, Tony are perfect people to pick for something like this.
The thing you want is you want someone who you're not going to get into a giant pissing match with out there,
Correct.
or someone who will at least try to keep a level head as much as
I
possible.
haven't watched The Amazing Race in so long, but
Me either.
you guys, no one.
wondering who she would take.
Does
I
anyone
really
still
don't
watch
know. I'm really trying to
Does
think
anyone
hard
still
about
watch
it.
You want to take Vreeland? You can take Vreeland.
No, make her pick somebody else. That's too easy.
I don't
You know-
like anyone.
You know who I'd love to see Amanda go with?
Olivia.
No.
Don't say Cyrus.
No. I'd like her to go with Hart. Can you imagine those two trying to
Oh
go
my god, no. Heart's too bougie for me to travel with, and he'll agree.
Oh, I think we talked about this Hart the other day. He's like, I told Hart to his face, I would never want to do Amazing Race with him.
I want to say Lauren, but Lauren
That would
hates. Lauren hates driving, so I would have to do all the driving. And, oof, it's a lot of driving.
How far do they usually have to go from stop to stop?
I don't know. I'm at that. I'll edit all this out, but this is just fun.
No, leave it.
Leave it?
It's hilarious.
Okay.
You can leave it because we
All right.
still have to like.
Close
Did
it
we
out.
do like winner predictions or anything?
Yeah,
yet?
we
Or,
did.
like,
Get it.
She's a
everyone give a winner prediction.
Yeah, I got.
I gave mine. I said Tevin.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said Tiff. Right?
I have a weird feeling something like a Hunter is gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I feel like he's gonna not piss people off, and he's gonna stay loyal. Tevin's gonna get thrown in. He's gonna beat Tevin in fire, and Tevin's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so lovely."
I need to see Hunter do something other than win challenges because that's winning challenges is not.
I want to see Hunter laugh. Like, he is so stoic. Too stoic. He reminds me of James, like James Clement.
Oh God. So what you're saying is he's gonna go home with that idol in his pocket. He's gonna find another idol and then go home
I
with
can see it.
Oh, might I add? I forgot he even found that thing until they showed it in the last episode. That's how little like invested I've been. I was like,
Bro, they
holy
fucking
shit! I forgot.
they
he
fucking
had
showed
that thing.
Jim. She was like measuring shit out, all kinds of stuff, man. And I felt like him getting his idol was so easy.
I mean, they want people to.
To be
have
fair,
that.
his is also a re-hidden idol, so
Yeah.
That's true.
They make the
Brandon
re-hidden
went home with the first
usually a little bit
Yeah,
easier.
that's true.
Well, all right.
So what's the word on returnee season though? Before we get to, is it
I'm
like
not doing one.
They're not.
it's
doing
not
well.
47
It's not 47 or 48.
or 48?
I heard that if they're gonna do one, it might be 50.
Might be 50.
Might be.
But from some interviews,
Wow.
he doesn't want to do a returnee season.
No.
I think that's
Like we
such
said
a
earlier, whatever Jeff wants, Jeff gets.
Garbage.
Yeah. Maybe.
Those, I tell you what, they might reconsider after the rankings of the ratings of this season.
They're bad.
Yeah.
That would require Jeff to not be stubborn for once though.
But then
And
again,
how's that
Amazing
gonna
Race
work out?
has been in the ratings toilet for fucking a decade, and they're still airing it. So they even made it an hour and a half too.
Yeah. So people are attacking the hour and a half. It's not the hour and a half fault the cast sucks. Okay. Keep the hour and a half. Give us great cast.
Yep. There's plenty of seasons of Survivor I would go back and wish they had an hour and a half or 2 hours of episodes. Look at fucking Winners of War.
Winners at War is the number one season I would just kill to have an hour and a half, 2 hour episodes.
Yeah.
Second Chance, I think I'd also like hour and a half episodes from.
Yes. Yeah. But
They have to have some unaired footage of this shit. They need to like put some extra content on Paramount Plus.
they have the resource. Just go back and edit Winners at War to an hour and a half. People would go back and watch it.
Or how about
Oh,
this?
1000%.
Oh yeah.
Don't have the fucking Edge
Definitely.
of Extinction taking up half the episode.
Yeah, but hey, we're talking about things that we can actually change. Okay, we
Do
can't.
you
change
think
now.
that they would have included as much Edge if Natalie didn't make finals?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No. Jeff fucking loves the Edge. They would have made that.
Yeah,
the
he
starting
loved it.
show if he could.
He like
They would have
the-
made it its own show if he could.
Well, someone from Edge made finals both times, so
And that's
there's no way of us
my
knowing.
issue with the Edge. And both
There's no way of
times,
us
people were
knowing,
voted out pre-day 10. Not just pre the first battle back from Edge, pre-day 10.
I get it. I know. We've had this discussion about Winners at War.
And I'm gonna keep having this discussion because it was such a fucking joke.
Yeah, they did too much with it. It would have been nice for them to just go back to basics a little bit better
yeah.
and let the cast shine like they do.
If they wanted to do it just to get everybody to have a shot at merge, cool, fine. I can get behind
Ended
it.
at merge.
Ended at merge. Once Tyson came back in, done.
Yeah.
And like I like listen.
Ended the round early at 12, and so Ewell doesn't get voted out. Tyson comes back, it's over.
And like I'm not the biggest Tyson fan, but it would have, or the biggest Boston Rob fan, but like we all wanted Boston Rob to come back into the game, not Tyson.
Oh, 1000%.
Right.
I would have
So-
loved to have seen Rob and Tony play with each other.
Yes. But I think that's it for everybody. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Well, now I'm gonna add something about Winners at War. How much we would have paid? Like it's clear. Like it's in most Survivor fans' mind. It's kind of clear the top 4 players are Tony, Sandra, Parvati, and Rob in some whatever order you want to put them in. If you had all 4 of them on the same beach playing together, oh, that would have been absolutely phenomenal.
What's your 4 again?
Tony, Sandra, Parvati, Rob, and they're probably in that order. Maybe switch
Yeah, there's
Sandra.
two. They went 2-2 with the tribes.
Yeah.
They were never on the same tribe. So yeah.
I mean,
Would
Well, I
you
think
put
that-
Rob there or Sari there?
I would put Rob there because Rob won.
Rob should have won twice.
It took him a million times, but he won.
It's true.
Rob played a couple not great games, but I still think he's like, to me, he's like 3rd or 4th on the Mount Rushmore.
I have him 4th. I have Suri 5th.
I
I need to do a player rank. Like we should do that, honestly.
That's hard.
Do a top 100, and we'll like somehow do a cumulative like ranking, and we could do like 100 to like
Even
90.
a
That's
top
what I did
100
this
is harder
season.
than you think it is.
yeah.
It's doable if we did the other list though. So I mean,
I still want to do a worst moves one.
How many contestants are there now?
That's
Is there over 800?
Yeah, but there's a lot you don't have to worry about.
True.
I think
Like,
the
just think about it now. If you need a top 100, you basically need to like 2 or 3 people from each season.
Yeah.
I mean that's realistically what you're gonna get out of each season too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's not.
It's future ideas for down, especially in the off season where we're gonna need some.
Yeah. I'm ready for the off season. But I think that's it for us. Maybe we'll cover the next episode a lot sooner. But we'll see. Maybe we'll just cover the season once it's over and be all done with it.
I mean, if we get some really good episodes, we can cover them. So.
Yeah, I just yeah.
Could you imagine us doing 3 episodes in a row about Banu? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We just weren't thrilled about it season. I apologize. I wasn't gonna. I didn't want to talk about them. But thank you guys for watching. Do you like Survivor 46? Like, you know, you guys don't have to hate it just because we hate it or dislike it strongly. But yeah, just let us know. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.